Did you start a YouTube channel recently and you're new to this game? Are you trying too hard? Let's talk about it. Hi, this is Michelle and welcome back to Call Me Crazy. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. And I want to start by giving a shout out to Daniel from It's a Wealthy Life. He has a YouTube channel called It's a Wealthy Life. I have some notes here. I want to make sure I don't say anything wrong. And I'm still learning the tricks of YouTube and how to add the pinned comments and stuff like that. So forgive me if I can't add it down on the bottom of my video. I'm still trying to learn how to do all that stuff. So Daniel posted a video about, I don't know, a few days ago, and the name of the video was, I just realized I have imposter syndrome on YouTube. Now, first I want to tell you guys to please go and support his channel. I think he's doing a really good job so far. He's new, just like I am. And he made a comment on one of my videos, and I kind of went over and looked at his channel and I listened to some of his videos, and I'm really kind of impressed. So I want you guys to go over and give him a shout out, give him a subscribe, give him a like, give him a comment to help grow his channel, because you know we're all new in this game and we're trying to work together. So I hope you guys can find it. It's called It's a Wealthy Life, and his name is Daniel. So shout out to Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. You're the one that inspired me to make this video. Now, what Daniel talked about in his video was about how, you know, when we start on this YouTube journey, we don't want to try too hard, and we just need to kind of be ourselves. And he likened it to dating, and it's so true. You know, when you're in the dating game and you try too hard, people know it a mile away. They can tell when you're trying too hard. But if you're just genuine, you just be yourself, then people resonate with that. So I think it's kind of like that on YouTube. And for those of you who don't know about YouTube, and believe me, I'm just learning. I am like so new to this. I'm just learning a little bit every week and just trying to put it all together. But the little bit that I know so far, you know, when you first start on YouTube, even though a lot of people do it to make money, you don't make money right away. There's certain milestones you have to meet in order to make money on YouTube. And there's various ways you can do that. But in order to make any money, you have to meet certain milestones first. And some people, when they start on YouTube, they're trying so hard to meet those milestones that they're just not being themselves. And I think sometimes we're all guilty of that. So I was inspired by what Daniel said, and it kind of led me to think about what brought me to YouTube in the first place. And you know, it's really multifaceted and it can be different for different people. And you know, some people might just do it for fun. Some people might want to connect with people in their community. Some people may be an expert in a certain area and they want to share that knowledge. Or maybe they are in a certain profession and maybe they're retired now and they have a vast wealth of knowledge that they want to share. And some people do it for money. Some people do it as a side hustle. Some people do it as a full-time job. And you know, all these things are genuine and good reasons to start this YouTube journey. And sometimes I think when we're new, like myself, we look at people, and I guess we're all guilty of this in different areas of life. Not just on YouTube, but just in general in life. We look at people who have been doing something for years and years and years. Some people have been doing something for 20 or 30 years, and we look at them and we're like, oh my God, why can't I just do it like they do it? But, you know, we forget that they've been in the game so long, and they know all the tips and tricks, and they just do it. They can do it with their eyes closed. So that's how I feel on YouTube. I'm like, I look at other YouTubers and I see what they're doing, and I'm so inspired by them, and I'm like, why can't I just do it like that? But I realize I'm just learning, and I try to learn maybe one or two things each week, and hopefully I will, you know, slowly improve over time. At least we hope. Now, why did I come to YouTube? Now, there's a few reasons. Well, there's some other content creators that I came across over the years that kind of gave me some inspiration, let's say. And one of them was, his name is Rob the Maritimer. He has a YouTube channel, Rob the Maritimer, and he has a video called Why People Over 40 Must Start a YouTube Channel. And I was like, that sounds kind of interesting. And I clicked on it, and some of the things he spoke about really resonated with me. And there was another one, his name is Kevin Colby, and his video was Over 40, You Should Start a YouTube Channel, and Here's Why. And some of the things that these people spoke about was why people over a certain age should be on YouTube. Of course, there's many reasons, but it was really focusing on things that we can offer the world. So let's look at the different generations. I'm just looking at some notes here. The greatest generation, I didn't even know that I've never heard of this generation before. I just came across this recently. The greatest generation, born between 1901 and 1927. Now, let's be real. This generation probably doesn't exist anymore, or if they do, there's maybe very few and far between, because now these people would be, 100 or approaching 100. I mean, you will have a handful of them, but very, very few. And then you have the silent generation. The silent generation born between 1928 and 1945. And there are some of the silent generation that are still alive. But again, they are approaching their 80s and 90s. So they are going to be, unfortunately, leaving us very soon, the ones that are left. Then we have the baby boomers. Now, the baby boomers are going to be like my parents. My parents would be baby boomers, born between 1946 and 1964. Many of them are still around, but they are getting advanced in age. And, some of them may not, that they're probably experiencing health issues and just, the things that come along with getting older. And let's be frank, a lot of them don't use technology. You may have a handful, but a lot of them don't use technology. And then, of course, Generation X, which is my generation, born between 1965 and 1980. Now, Generation X is going to be, I guess, what you would say over 40, which is going to be in my age range. And I mean, let's face it, we're going to be the last generation coming up very soon in the next 10 to 20 years that could even remember when computers didn't exist. We came up in a time when there was no computers, no internet, no cell phones, nothing like that. And then we came into a time when those things became integrated into our lives. So we're soon going to be the last generation alive that's going to even know what it was like before computers existed. Anybody born after, let's say, 1995, which is that would be, what is it called? That's called millennials. The millennials and the Gen Z, and I guess what they call Gen X. No, not Gen X, I'm sorry. Gen Y, which is, the teenagers and the kids, the teenagers in like the early 20s. They grew up with the iPhone. They grew up with computers. They grew up with technology. They grew up with getting instant everything. So they have no idea what life was like before computers. So I say all this to say that, people in my generation, Generation X, I think it's a fantastic thing for us to get on YouTube, because we have a perspective that the younger generations don't have. And we have wisdom and we have experience and we've been through a lot. And I really think we have a lot to say, and we have a lot to impart on the younger generation and other people who need our wisdom. So all of these are reasons why I came to YouTube. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. And, I've lived 54 years, and I've experienced a lot, and I have definitely learned a lot. And I think that what I have to say means something. And the good thing about YouTube is that nobody's going to force you to listen to a particular person or a particular YouTube channel. The people that want to hear what you have to say and the people that need the information that you are giving, they will find you. And you're not forcing anything on anybody. Nobody has to listen to you. Only people that want to will. And that is the beauty of YouTube. So like I said, I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am an employee. The list goes on and on. And, throughout my life, I've had to navigate, professional, family, personal, legal challenges. And throughout all of this, I've learned a ton. I've lived in 2 different countries. I've visited 17 different countries. And those who want the information, they will find. I have a lot of professional experience, working in an office and professional environment. I've had tons and years of experience. Now, I work for a company that is extremely well known. So for now, I want to keep that private. I won't mention for now what I do for work or who I work for, but it's a very well-known company. And, maybe later on down, when I'm approaching retirement, then I'll reveal that. But for now, I'm going to keep that private. But I do have years and years of professional experience working in a professional environment. So I do have that under my belt as well. I also want to get into doing like reactions, because I think reaction videos are really kind of fun and just a way that you can, give your take on things that you see on YouTube or just in the world in general, or should I say online in general. So that's another thing I would like to really kind of blend into my YouTube channel. But like I said, I'm still trying to learn all this stuff. So I'm trying to learn how to like have the video and myself on the screen at the same time. So Daniel, please shout out to me and show me how to do that, because I've tried it a few times and I can't quite get it. I know it's probably super easy, but I just when you don't know, you don't know. And I tried 1 or 2 different things, but I couldn't get it to work. So Daniel, shout out to me and let me know how you do the reaction videos. I think that could be kind of fun. Now, another thing that Daniel talked about in his video is, this idea of having a niche. And, when I told people I was going to start a YouTube channel, the first thing they always ask is, well, what are you going to talk about? What's going to be your niche? There's always this thing about a niche. What's going to be your main topic? And, I'm still struggling with that. And to be quite honest, I don't even know if I want a niche. Some days I might want to talk about family. Some days I might want to talk about money. Some days I might want to talk about relationships. Some days I might want to talk about, I don't know, cleaning or parenting. Who knows? There's just a wealth of things that I can talk about on any given day. And maybe I'll just, like Daniel said, I'll just be myself, and whatever I want to talk about that day, I'll just pick a topic and I'll talk about it. And I'll take feedback from people who are listening, and they will let me know what they want to hear me talk about. And, maybe it will just naturally sort of weave into something that I maybe don't expect. But for right now, I'm just gonna take it day by day, and we'll see where things go. So thank you, Daniel, for inspiring me to make this video. And I hope everything I said made sense. And like Daniel said, hopefully I won't feel like an imposter and things will just naturally fall into place. And yes, so we'll see how it goes. And thank you to everybody who's been subscribing and liking and sharing the video and commenting. You have no idea how much I appreciate the comments. I enjoy reading every single one of them. I do read every single one of them. And thank you guys for, just participating and giving me, just for listening. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.